Hello everyone and welcome back. First off, I must apologise for the quite substantial break I've taken of late from recording videos. I've been battling a bit with my mental health, so I decided to take a bit of a break from recording, focus on myself. But I am starting to make my way back now. For those eagle-eyed amongst you, you'll notice this isn't a game Freddy's been playing before. No, this is Dune Awakening. Something new I've gotten into. This is my base. I built it myself. No pre-design. Dune Awakening is an MMO set in the Dune universe. I have taxes to pay. Okay. That's not going to be a problem. I'm rather rich at the moment. Hee. But yeah, been doing something a little bit different, playing on this and working my way up and about. I haven't got any more filters for that yet. Have a look how this one's doing. These are wind traps because water is exceedingly valuable in the Dune universe, almost as valuable as spice. Yeah, I put a fair few hours into this game so far, up to the current end game content. And this is the outside currently of my base. On about version 3 so far. Still contemplating changing a bit there. But yeah, it's, I've been quite enjoying this. Must nip off and get my taxes paid in a minute. Come up every 14 days, as you see, another 13 days before they're due again. A little buggy there, my little trike. Doing quite nicely. Got my crafting machines. A couple of death stills. Because why wouldn't you? Blood purifiers, because awesome. Great early, as you see here. Reasonable level of water for a current solo player. Water tanks, storage. Up to the second level, a bit more storage. I'm in the process of moving my storage up here and making more. That's the whole idea behind this wall. The reason it's so tall here, if I change over to my building tool, is this machine that I'm in the process of working my way towards slowly, which is the large spice refinery. I've got the medium, got the small. Same as I'm working my way. Ooh, don't have enough plastanium for that. Okay. Or spice. For the large ore refinery as well, for much better building. Same as that's going to be level 1 of storage, and we're going to go up to level 2 up there. So it's all going to look good. A little office area there. Something a little perky for me. Up here, got me spice harvester, which I'm yet to use. A little scout ornithopter. It's just heading towards daytime now, so probably able to see it a bit better. The assault ornithopter, because awesome. And this is going to be the carryall ornithopter, which is going to carry the spice harvester around. Right, so may as well join me. Come and pay my taxes. Look out for a little fly. As the sun comes up, I'll come back in another way. I'll give you guys a bit more of how the Dune universe is in this game. There is some... The game still requires a fair bit of development yet. There's a number of posts on things they're doing right, things they're not doing well. It's one of those things, they're still working on things. A lot of this map, this is the base map, Haga Basin as it's known, and its majority is PvE in this area. The Deep Desert, which is the current endgame zone, is split to about a third PvE and 2/3 PvP. So depending where you're going, that's one of the things that people are not happy about. The war gets so quick. Thankfully there's no damage to your ornithopter flying into it. So we have the big map here, Mega Basin, and we're going to fly off to Arakeen to go pay my taxes. Right there, and we'll let the ornithopter fly its way across. As you saw, taxes in this on the bigger plots that you can build your bases on are due every 14 days. The bases you build in the Deep Desert get reset, because the whole Deep Desert gets reset every week. But the cost of building out there is half, 50%. So it's good to pull things back, leave behind what's not important to you, and go rebuild every week on the weekly resets. Thankfully there's a lovely website where you can have a look at that, the Coriolis storm that comes through, that's the reset, so you know how long you've got before you need to pull out. Which a week, to be fair, is plenty of time to get round and get a decent amount of harvesting done. If you've got a guild and a few of you can get a lot done in a week. During your time leveling up, I'm not max level yet. I think I'll have to double check what level I'm at actually. There we go, flying into Arakeen, home of Atreides. The Harkonnens have got their own hometown as well. You can visit both no matter which faction you are. So I'm level 173. Max level cap currently is 200. I've got 978,000 Solaris, that's the in-game currency. That's what I want to have a look at, the Landsrad. Ooh. We got the Landsrad armor vendor. Right, I'll pop and see him as well whilst we're here. Haha. Because I've got my own little guild. Currently it's just me. But hey. It is what it is. So, pop and pay my taxes first. I think it's going to be about 14,000 Solaris. It's nothing really. I can easily make that in a couple of quests and contracts. Very easy. Unless you're building monstrosity bases.
You again? What now?
So, I'd like to pay my taxes. 14,000. 978,000 in the bank. Yeah, I'll pay that, thank you. So, yep, that's that done. Now, how I've made that much is a lot of it's been questing, and I got a few unique schematics in the Deep Desert in the week I spent there. I remember where the Landsrad vendors are. They're down here. Oh, excuse me. So I put them up on the auction house and sold them, and made a heck of a tidy little profit. People wanted to buy it, so... Right, let's see, which one is it?
Sorry, but I may only trade...
Not that one.
My apology.
Not that one.
Duke Leto Atreides bids me to trade with those blessed by the Landsrad's favor.
So what we got? Yeah. hammer. Ooh. I have to compare that to what I've currently got. So I'm wearing chum. So 225 on that. What was this one? 263. Plastinium. Spice infused plastinium dust. That's something I am particularly short on. And the only place to get that is the deep desert. So not a huge amount that's going to be of interest to me, I don't think. Because the entire Atreides factions has access to this for this week. The Landsrad. You've got to be in a guild with an allegiance to your relevant house. And the tasks open up slowly. You get a couple of them at a time. You can get bonuses for your contribution to them. Unfortunately, we've got none opened up at the moment. That's my current guild name, Rock Climbers United. I was struggling for it, so yep, it's currently just me. So yeah, that's that. Alright, let's head back and see a bit more of flying around with an ornithopter, because I think it's fun. I'm a big fan of the Dune universe. It was one of the early sci-fis I saw as a kid. Not the current one that's on Amazon. But it was an old movie, quite long-winded. But I quite enjoyed it. I was quite taken back by the Dune universe. So as we come back over, that's Haga Basin there. I'll leave that as a waypoint there. Down here, Harco Village, our Conan home base, or home city. Spend time going back and forth there for questing. And up here, the deep desert. With Haga Basin, each one of these is an entry point into the basin itself. Depending which one you fly into depends on where you spawn in. The shortest one for me is coming in from the top because I'm quite close to the top up there. So I'm going to come in this way. Load me in, spawn us on the ground, and I'll be able to re-get into me ornithopter. And I'll go for a bit of a fly around the map. Because why not? The fuel is not costing me anything. Well, it is costing me a bit, but I've got more than enough in the way of resources. Sandworms are prevalent in any part of open desert. On the rocks and close to the rock itself, you're quite safe from sandworms. Anywhere out in open desert itself, and you're in trouble. This is the starter, that's where everybody starts, down here. You eventually open up this whole section and it tells you, go north. You start playing up in these two sections. Then you start going around other sections. And that's where I've currently got my current base. So when I started, I had a base initially, where was it? Base initially here. In fact, sorry, it was here. And I moved to literally actually right here, and then I've decided moved up here, and this is, I'm going to stay with this base because I quite like it, to be fair. It's got a good access point for aluminium and basalt for my base building components, nice bit for batteries and other resources, and it works quite well. These two different sections here, this one, it's drum sand, so you drive over it, makes a lot of noise and attracts worms. This one is quicksand, and it is exactly what you think it is. And there's a big ravine that runs up through here as well, very deep, very dark, permanently. And as it is a desert, staying out in the sun is not advisable. Now, Scout Ornithopter is the best one for scouting and just getting about between places. This one is good for carrying loads and quite a good fighter as well. We think the Scout would be the best, but it's not. The reason this one's better than the Scout for fighting is you can put rocket pods and a booster on this one, so you can have the benefit of both. On the Scout, you can only have one or the other. The one thing you do get as a bonus as well to the Scout is the fact you can put a scanner on it. So you can scan certain things like where spice is, and if you unlock the skill, the concentration of spice, that sort of thing. So that side of it's quite funky. If you're a good pilot with ornithopters, because gliding is the most fuel efficient way to do it, you can get round good places and do some good tricks. You just gotta watch where you're flying. Thankfully, crashing into walls doesn't hurt you. Doesn't damage your ornithopter either. That's one good thing, so you can mess around quite a bit and not damage your ornithopter. Do some quite interesting rolls and other interesting bits with the ornithopter. So aerial combat is quite interesting. If you're a decent pilot, because this is all done off keyboard and mouse, you can actually get yourself in and out of a lot of dangerous situations. See another player's base down there. In fact, there's two. There used to be more. Unfortunately, they've despawned. One of the bases I do love, I'm not sure whose base it is, but I drive past it quite often and I think it looks rather awesome. Is this guy right down here? It's not a massive base, but I think it's quite well constructed. Looks quite nice. Little axes. It's definitely taken some time to build that. Two ornithopters there, so it might be two people actually. Ooh. Those are two assault ornithopters. That's quite cool. Two scout ornithopters as well. Oh, awesome. Up we go, up we go. Another base over there, one I quite liked before. Another one here, quite a massive base. What he's done nicely, you can actually drive through a section there, so it's, although he's across quite a bit of the way here, he's not blocking anybody from getting through this passage. He's actually provided a way through, which I think was quite nice. Something I've tried to do with mine, I've recessed it a bit, but I have said to myself, I'm going to expand out. I'm going to make sure people can get up and down this road. There's a little bit of resources and dew flowers for water underneath my base, and I've made sure those are accessible as well. Another Atreides base up here, or Atreides style base. Another big one. Where is that big one actually? I think it's up this way. Let's go have a look. I can't remember if it's this way or the other way. I think it's this way. I can't remember that. Gonna have to have a look on the map. Where is it? It's this way. I remember rightly now. We'll do a handbrake turn in the air. go over 750 meters high, you do incur a higher fuel charge. There's some massive, massive bases up this way. See that big one there? It's out on the top of a rock, quite well designed. Looks like their shields are down, so they might not be an active player anymore. Looks like I've gone the wrong way. In case you're wondering, the fuel gauge on the right, I'm not worried about that. I carry a spare fuel pack in my ornithopter. Large fuel cell, which is more than enough to power this vehicle. About 3 times over. I always make sure I'm carrying fuel. Fuel, repair stuff, all good things like that. Yeah, it's actually up this way. Alright, the second time. Here we can see an absolutely humongous base. Starts here, goes all the way up here, all around here, over here. Sort of a few guys I think have all linked together. Bases galore over here. It's rather funky. Right, let's head home. Back to my little corner of the universe. I'll show you how I get home. Gone a bit low. Not a problem. As long as you've got speed, you can get altitude. With the booster, you can get altitude quite quick as well. And just like that. As you can tell, I've done that more than a few times. Park up. And there we go. Yeah, I've got 1 or 2 fuel cells available. Always got. There we go. Fuel back to 100%. No problem. The taxes should be all paid up now for the next 14 days. I've got sufficient. That's why I have to top up me power generators. That's the other thing. And the easiest way to do that is through your subthief console. 19 days, 21 hours and 42 minutes left of power. Top it up, 20 days, 20 hours, which is the maximum. So 20 days worth of power, no taxes due, another 13 days before. So if I expand beyond, my taxes will go up. But it's not too bad. Certainly seen far, far worse. Right, just sort this out. This is not how I left it. Tut, 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 sort of thing. That down there. Oh, that's that one. I can go to there. That one down there. That one down there. Oh my word. More than I thought. Now, having too much is not usually a problem. So I'm going to do that. I want that down there. Right. So I should have some of these in here. And across here, I should have some more. I keep all my fuel for topping up my generators. So I could do with another as you can see, this chest is nearly full. So it's low-grade lubricant I could use. I think another 200 of those. Another 200 of those, and that should do me for quite some time on fuel. That's that. I put a water tank up here so I could suck on water up here when I needed to. There we go. Keep that nicely topped up. Yeah, different weapons as well. Nice sniper rifle. Basically a heavy machine gun. A las gun. Shotgun. Got a pistol, normal rifle. That's a harvesting compactor for harvesting spice sand by hand. And a cutter ray for harvesting ores, and as well as cutting through certain doors and rocks out of the way as well. Bandages, darts, nice sword, water tank I carry around, medkits and smaller medkits. Swap that back out actually. So yeah, got a nice little combat. Is quite interesting in this game. Mixture between ranged melee combat. Got the personal shields as well, which you dare not use in open desert because it pretty much instantly attracts the sandworm. Handy if that's what you want to do, not necessarily what you need to do. Skill tree is broken up on over 5 different sections as well. So you got Swordmaster, Bene Gesserit, the Planetologist, good for additional yield, something you really do need to spec into early, because a lot of the additional yields are really handy. Mentat and the Trooper. Now you can't spec into absolutely everything and you get 1 skill point per level, so as you can see I'm a bit off, but you can respec, and respecking is every 48 hours. I respec'd recently, so I've got a cooldown of 1 day and 30 minutes left before I'll be respecking again. Quests, you've got a lot of the main quests. I've pretty much completed those. These different ones for deep desert, other little bits. You've got your sort of side quests and contracts all running down here. I've recently finished off doing unlocking all the top bits of each of the skill trees, which is quests within quests. Because as with everything, quests. Do love quests. Right, I didn't sort out these when I respect. I do want, which one's that one? No, I don't want that one. That's handy. I think I'll leave. Yeah, I think I'll leave that one. My abilities, I don't want that one anymore. Do want to keep that one, so what do I want? What do I want? Yeah, I'll go with that one for now. So that's me set. The Z you can see at the bottom is to engage your spice abilities. That's my spice level there, which is rather high, which I've been trying to get down and failing to do so successfully because I keep harvesting spice without my spice mask on. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I hope it's been a bit of an opener. I will be getting back to trying to put out some more videos per week. It's not going to be back to 1 a day, but I'm going to try and do at least a couple a week. Expect soon, with the imminent arrival of Farming Simulator with the Highlands DLC. I will be doing that. We are looking at a DLC server on the Dagwins community, so I will be doing that. I may be doing as well my own little series on it, running my own mods, doing it my sort of way, maybe, or I might pick another map. I haven't decided yet. No updates yet on Derail Valley, so I'm pretty much leaving that on hold for the moment, because I think I've really pushed out as far as I can with it for now. Me and a couple of my real life friends are doing some space engineers. May get to see some of that. I need to speak to them first about recording, but I may do recording of the gameplay itself and do a voiceover afterwards, so that we can chat, and because I'm going to be teaching my mate how to play Space Engineers for the first time. I currently have, I can't remember how many hundreds of hours in Space Engineers. I'm somewhat of a veteran player, not as many as some people, but I've got enough that I've been around and done quite a bit. So, yeah. This chair setup is not all one piece. It's many different pieces that I've put together on top of a rug. Same as this table's not one piece, it's many, many pieces all put together. Same with the ornaments on top of there. Doors that I can close. And then open again. I've got it set so it won't automatically close, because it's annoying when it closes just as you're coming up the steps and you've got to wait for it to cycle. And as I'm the only one currently using my base, makes more sense. But I keep the other doors closed as well, so that only I can enter and exit my base at free will. Well, till next time, you all take it easy. Until then, see you again soon.